Still, we'll be having Diving Phoenix go up against Tater-Pots here. We've already got both readies from each team, so let's go on ahead and dive in.
Now traveling to the south. Initiating launch.
We should probably introduce ourselves. You know, I totally forgot. Casting
Possibly.
is Urevity, and I'm commentating Timepiece. So I'm excited to see what we have as our comps for each of these teams. I've heard a lot of good things from both of these teams, so I'm pretty excited to see them go head to head. We have Bullet on Ryan, Riga on Zarya, Chase on Hanzo. We have Feels Bad on Widow, Coach on Lucio, and Organic on Moira. And then on the opposite team, we have Bambi on Winston, Chuckster on Diva, Dr. Grill on Brigitte, Zen for Feral, Honey on Widow, and Dark Train as Echo. Let's see them go head to head.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Diving Phoenix will be your red team, while Tater-Pots will be your blue team. Seeing a more divey look out of Diving Phoenix here. Go ahead and start diving on this. Reinhardt Bullet Dodger is going to fall very, very early here in this fight. That's just going to let Diving Phoenix take position here. They lose Dr. Grill on Brigitte. That's healing out, but not a whole lot. Well, they do only have a Zen. But it looks like Tater-Pots are going to opt to wait on that respawn for their Reinhardt. You can't really get aggressive without the shield. Have a slight respawn advantage before Grill gets in. Grill's back.
You can see there, Feels Bad trying to get the picks off. So far,
Echo using Focusing Beam, getting Bullet Dodgers down really quickly. Feels Bad winning the Widow duel here. Bambi's just getting aggressive. Bambi getting really aggressive. The only healing they have up there with them is Dr. Grill. Only armor packs as they're not able to get Inspire off from that distance. Chase Swanson finds the headshot on the monkey. See Diving Phoenix fall
like
back a
this.
bit. Their only shield is gone now.
Yeah, and for their name, Diving Phoenix, it looks like this Winston Diva is working out for
Tater-Pots moving in left
team.
side. Honey Biscuits gets an early pick on the Feels Bad, but that's your main healer's gone again. Dr. Drill falls. Bomb's not gonna find anything, but now the picks are already they're just coming through. Feral is popping off on Zenyatta.
Oh.
Now they're gonna get really aggressive here, trying to get this late pick up of the Lucio. Are they gonna find it? Bambi's gonna get really, really aggressive. They find the kill. Can they get out with their life? Dark Train just assisting as much as they can in this escape, and they're gonna make it out.
It doesn't look like blue team is getting any picks towards their favor. It looks like red team is just going ham at them, but they're gonna take a new route.
Tater-Pots are coming in. Bambi's gonna use the. Oh no! Bambi using Primal, getting a really huge pick. Grab Dragon coming through, but Transcendence was saved just well enough for it. And now it's just. Tater-Pots are gonna start slowly falling apart here just due to the numbers war. Feels Bad on the Reaper now, trying to get the pick on the support line. Not gonna find it though. Now Dragons are gonna come through just to cut the point in half. It's gonna be 0.1 going to Diving Phoenix.
You know, Diving Phoenix really lived up to their name with that dive comp right there.
Yeah. Looking really, really strong
I'm
with this dive comp.
surprised. Now I'm surprised if Feels Bad stays. Nope, he's not gonna stay on Widow. He's gonna swap to Reaper. We got a McCree, Zarya, Ryan stays the same, Lucio, Moira stays the same, and that's Tater-Pots. And then on the enemy team for Diving Phoenix, we have Brig, Zen. I think the only difference is Ashe on their team as well.
Round
And this is a hard match.
I find Diving Phoenix's support line very interesting. It's not your traditional dive support line. Usually you would have a Mercy in place of the Brigitte, but it's working. It allows them to take this more brawly stance against the Reinhardt. Bambi's going to get aggressive. Both abilities used. They're going to try and counter dive Bambi, but they lose Bullet Dodgers. Dark Train doing so much burst damage to tanks. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like Diving Phoenix is really comfortable with their stance here yet, though. They managed to get both tanks down on the side of Tater-Pots. Tater-Pots are fighting back, though. They've got Bambi cornered here. Then the rest of Diving Phoenix finally make it up to Bambi. They're going to make it out with their lives, and they're actually going to get another kill here. It looks like a little Lucio. Reinhardt's trying to retreat. They're going to let him out.
And I feel like Tater-Pots could have gotten Bambi down, but they just did not have the aggression right there that they might have needed. And unfortunately for Bullet, he just keeps getting picked off first.
They're pushing in now. They've swapped out for a Winston of their own here. Gonna try and get a lot of cleave damage in. But Tater-Pots feels bad, fell really, really low there, getting healed back up. But Chase Swanson, a lot of members on Tater-Pots are just about to die. And finally, they're gonna get to Chase Swanson. Shatter goes through, finding two. Both of the tanks are down. And Chuckster uses bomb. It's gonna find the Lucio. You don't have your get out now. Feels bad finding the pick on the Chuckster before they remech, and Tater-Pots have an opening here to maybe get aggressive and take this fight. They're trying. Bullet Dodgers can't get too aggressive. They're gonna get the pick on the Dark Train, who's in the back, just trying to get the beam damage. And now Tater-Pots are gonna get really, really aggressive. Bambi fighting with Riga here on Winston, trying to keep him off their supports. Tater-Pots have advantage of like zone control here. They might be able to flip this point. Feels bad back at the fight. They get Chuckster demech. Bob is gonna come through. That's gonna put them at a weird angle. Deadeye goes off before the beam can kill him. Bob got booped onto the point, so now Bob's contesting, but the picks are going through for Tater-Pots. All that's left now to fight is Ash. Tater-Pots are gonna flip it.
Wow, that was a fight.
It was.
Oh my gosh. I did not think that was going to happen, but Feels Bad really came through for them with those picks, just constantly picking at their DPS, their support.
Finally getting value out of the Reaper pick against this dive. The Winston's going to have a really hard time playing back into it to get control of this objective again. Luckily for Diving Phoenix, they're in a one-fight territory here. If they win once, it's likely the map for them.
And they're building up on their ults.
Rigor Mortis falls really early here into this fight. That's going to hurt them, but Organic Kale investing Coalescence both aggressively and defensively here. The point flips, though. Diving Phoenix are now taking percentage again. It doesn't look like they're going to take this fight, though. The number's 5-3. Sound barrier. They're going to get Sound Barrier out, though. This might be the fight there. This is very much so. They're going to take control of this point again, but I think that's, if you're Diving Phoenix, if you're not going to win the fight, that is the most ideal position you can put yourself in. You're now at 99%, and you've gotten two, what was that, both support ults? Yes, both support ults are out now. Organic Kale may be able to build back up to Coalescence, though. Moira has a very fast charging ult.
Feels Bad, although on Tater-Pot's side, they have their ults built up already. Oh,
here comes the bomb from Chuckster. It gets the entire team to turn around. Bambi gets a nice fire strike to get some kills, but Feels Bad popping the Blossom, gonna knock the Echo out of ult and kill Dr. Grill and Lucio. Bob gets invested again, making up for the loss of damage. Bambi's in trouble over here on the right side of point, getting hounded down by the Reaper, finally gonna get the kill. All that's left now is the Moira. Moira falls, but Riga gets back on the Winston. Point flips. Chase manages to get the pick on the Bambi. Can they do anything with it? No, Bullet Dodgers isn't gonna make it in time. That'll be map 1 going to Diving Phoenix.
That was crazy. Diving Phoenix had amazing ult control. They spread out their ults. They didn't use it all in one like a triangle party or anything. That was good. That was very good on their part. Tater-Pots tried to, you know, get the point back, and they did a couple times. But at the end of the day, I think Diving Phoenix just had better ult control. I saw them, combo their ults a couple times. I didn't see that on Tater-Pots' side, but they did at the end stagger the point and try their best, but the ults that Diving Phoenix had, I think, was just too much for them.
Tater-Pots did have a really good grab dragon on point, or the very first map, but other than that, there was, I think, they could have used more ult combos, but I think Diving Phoenix was just doing a really, really well job of staggering out their ultimates well enough to make up for going into the fight with the ult disadvantage there on that last fight.
Yeah, I think you can really see, especially on Diving Phoenix's side, you can really see the call outs. On some games you can like hone in on the whole group focusing on target, jumping to the next, focusing them down. I can see that through their team synergy, through their gameplay. Wow, I didn't think that was gonna flip back for Tater-Pots though, and they flipped it back a few times. Feels bad on Reaper was, I think, very, very beneficial, very advantageous for him and Tater-Pots. In general, the Widow really wasn't doing much, especially against the die that they had. Everyone was kind of jumping up everywhere, couldn't really get picks, but Reaper, that swap to Reaper was putting in the work for them. And Bullets Ryan? Oh my gosh. At first he kept getting picked, but I think once their team really focused in, grouped up, and pushed in, that was the game changer for them. They just have to get in the zone,
Rigor Mortis' swap to the Winston was really, really helpful. It slowed down Diving Phoenix's dives by telling them, the more you send at me, the more I'm going to damage. The cleave damage with Winston is really, really... It's underrated. It is such a good ability for him.
Yeah, and we can't forget about the supports on both of these teams. It was crazy how long they were staying alive with all of that damage being thrown at them. But they were able to support both of their teams, Tater-Pots and Diving Phoenix, to where they could flip the tables and gain the point to either side. Let's get readies from both teams. Any swaps?
Yes, they'll be sending McBrantis in for coach.
Okay. And then we're going to need the average for that team, right? Oh, and they have Steph come in for... Who was that? Steph come in for... It's not docked. Farrell. Steph comes in for Farrell on Diving Phoenix.
Alright.
Coach is out. So I guess Coach will not be playing. Okay, so we're taking Kale out from Mac and Coach in. Okay. And there's the average for Diving Phoenix. Just gonna wait on the average for Tater-Pots. So they swapped Kale out for Mac. Looks like Mac plays Brig and Lucio. Mercy, Moira, maybe? And Steph, it looks like Steph plays on Diving Phoenix's team. It looks like Steph plays on a Mercy. And a little bit of Zen, from what I saw.
Just waiting on readies. Alright, we got readies from both sides. Let's go in.
Now
Ooh, King's Row! I love this map.
There's a very popular opinion.
Yeah, right? I sound so basic, but what's not to love about this map?
That is
Especially
a
this choke
good
right
question.
here. This choke is just a make or break for either team. It just depends how good your defense is and how good your attack is at the end of the day.
I'm excited to see if Diving Phoenix sticks to the dive or not. You don't get to see it, and they're not. They're gonna Diving Phoenix is gonna start with a Bambi on Rhine, Chuckster on Zarya, Honey Biscuits on Widowmaker, Dark Train on Echo, Grill on Moira, and Steph on Lucio. Dark Train is hurting themselves. Stop that.
Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
Then on the side of Tater-Pots, you're going to see Bullet Dodgers on the Reinhardt, Rigamortas on the Zarya, Swanson on the Reaper, Beelsbat on the Mei, McBrantis on the Lucio, and Coach on the Moira.
I love watching Mei gameplay here.
I love Mei
Especially with
gameplay
both
all the time. Everywhere. Unpopular
We know you
opinion.
Looks like they're not gonna hold this choke though, they're gonna hold point.
Bambi tries to
And
go
you
into
see
Hotel,
Ryan
they get a
Ryan's-
little bit split off by this wall. They're going to be able to get around it. Charges being used in the Hotel here. Looks like they're going to be able to force, yes, one Fire Strike's going to solidify this team fight already, forcing Diving Phoenix out. McBrantis with the pick on the Dark Train. And now you're just wondering, can the rest of Diving Phoenix get out? Honey Biscuits is going to manage to leave with their life intact.
Oh wow, that was a good charge
Quick
on
swap
Bullet.
to Farah here, and Honey Biscuit's gonna get off the Widow, go Mei.
You know how much I like Farah here, but it can be hard for Farah to get heals, especially with their support line being Moira.
But this
and
is the type of team you
Lucio.
want to play Farah against. They don't have any solid
Yeah.
answers to this Farah. And now Diving Phoenix is gonna get aggressive. Bambi really deep here, falling really weak. Bullet Dodger's gonna get a nice charge, but it's not gonna find any kills. Shatter goes through. It's gonna find Steph, but the rest of it gets blocked. Bullet Dodger's trying to execute, will fall. Coalescence is on both sides being used to try and keep their teams healthy. McBrantis gets stuck here on the point by the Mei wall. And now Diving Phoenix just slowly. Lucio and Farah with their agility are gonna manage to get out here, but they're by themselves if they're not careful. If they get picked, Tater-Pots could retake, but they're just gonna opt to let Diving Phoenix have this objective and try to get the corner hold on the bookshop. Bambi already getting pushed back, but Dark Train gonna find a pick onto their counter already. That's gonna help set them up for a decent B push. Dark Train's in this corner, but Bullet Dodgers knows they get a poor leap. Oh no, their head hit that little widow ledge there and knocked them back down to the ground, but it's fine because Bambi has stepped up. They decided to just go. Push forward.
Looks like Tater-Pots is just getting steamrolled a little bit over here, no matter how much they're trying. And it looks like we can see that Ash swap come on over for Tater-Pots. They have Blizzard being built up, Lucio's ult, but Diving Phoenix has a lot more ults for Shatter, Grab.
But you have the ult you want about to come up. Oh, nice Shatter! Finding 4 members, sorry, of Tater-Pots. That's a really, really good beat coming in, though, from McBrantis. The later one from Steph is going to help Diving Phoenix stay alive a little bit longer if they need to, and they're pushing them back. Really good grab, finding, I believe that's 5 members, now 6 of Tater-Pots in it, but a great counter Blizzard to halt aggression from Diving Phoenix. Now that they got the pick on the Bambi, there's nothing blocking all the damage coming in for Tater-Pots. They're going to try and get aggressive. They're going to lose their Shatter. Bullet Dodgers falls mid-animation. And now Diving Phoenix has a chance to get back into this with a Blizzard of their own. I see 3 people already stuck in this. The May using Cryostasis to stay alive, but they lose the other 2 that got stuck in it. And a wall off on the feels bad. They're not going to be able to get away. Diving Phoenix are going to take that fight when I don't think they had any right to.
Yeah, agreed. And we have that Sombra on Diving Phoenix, which I didn't see earlier, but they don't have a Pharah anymore. They have a Sombra, which has EMP ready. It looks like they're getting in position.
Grab's going to find 4 members of Diving Phoenix already. Moira able to heal up a lot with the AoE, but they're going to find Steph. That's a decent chunk of healing gone for Diving Phoenix, and they're going to start trying to back out as much as they can. Honeybiscuit gets stuck in front of the shield. Bambi's shield is now broken, but they're going to be able to get around this corner safely. Tater-Pots are going to get a hold here on this corner for now. Chuckster trying to get up a little bit of ult charge. They have their grabs, though, actually. So, false statement. Grab coming through. EMP going to stop the shield from blocking any damage. And now it's the go button. Bambi's going in really, really deep. They're using Coalescence to help him get away with this.
Dark Train really came through that EMP right there and finished off those picks for Diving Phoenix. They still
Bambi's
have
gonna hide.
Shatter.
Can they get any? Bambi has Shatter. They're trying to hide this little corner here, but Bullet Dodgers catches them out. They're gonna fall. That's a good start if you're Tater-Pots and you want to hold here. Holy Chuckster gets a pick up the McBrantis though, and Feels Bad now falls courtesy of Steph. But it looks like Diving Phoenix, they want to get back a little bit, maybe get Bambi back in the fight before they start pushing forward. Bambi's back now, and neither of those members who just fell are back yet. Blizzard gets invested. They might get the Reinhardt for Tater-Pots stuck in it. Bullet Dodgers manages to get out. Now the Blizzard from Tater-Pots comes through. Bambi gets frozen, but a really good beat drop from Steph. Gonna keep him alive. Chuckster falls. I think that if you lose your Zarya here... Oh, but... Biscuits manages to get a pick. That's a 4-man Shatter! You can push again!
Wow.
Oh my goodness, this is so back and forth! Really decent beat drop from the side of bots.
Instantly bringing the tables back, and there's Grab being invested. Wow.
Oh, really big Shatter, but not going to be able to touch the point in time, sadly, on the side. Bullet Dodgers.
For that the end of the match right there, that was incredible. How many times did we see Diving Phoenix and Tater-Pots invest their ults against each other? Just counter ults constantly. I think the only issue there was Diving Phoenix just got their ults a little bit faster, used them a little bit faster to secure the point, as Tater-Pots got it towards the end and just was not able. I think they were waiting to combo some of their ults to get that point back, but they just did not have enough time.
Yeah. These teams doing a really, as you mentioned, really great job at just counter ulting over and over and over again. Almost every time like a Shatter goes through, you can expect the Lucio was hidden away and a beat gets dropped. The same goes for like a beat gets dropped for a Blizzard. The counter Coalescence is going through constantly. The supports are doing a really good job of keeping their team alive. and letting them aggress, especially Bambi. Bambi, they are getting so much help being allowed to aggress like they are, and it's letting them get these massive 2Ks, 3Ks, or like 4-man shatters.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention these Mays, the blizzards they're getting are really, really big.
Right?
Honey Biscuits is set up here. Speaking of Mays, you might see a May wall here. Get bullet dodgers if they try to aggress. You got Steph. They get 3 members cut off, but Rigamortis on the Diva, and they break a pillar. They're going to start coming through. And now Diving Phoenix are in a tough spot. They've already lost their Lucio here.
And you see Diva just trying to protect the Ryan for him to get healed up on Tater-Pots' side.
Bambi loses their shield early. And now multiple members of Diving Phoenix are about to drop. McBrantis gets a pick on the Chuckster. And now Honey Biscuits is going to fall. This Riptire could be big. It's coming in from the high ground. It gets 2. It gets the Reinhardt and the Junkrat. So much damage and sustain just lost for the side of Tater-Pots. And Bambi's going to get in and get aggressive here, but the Coalescence is going to get used. Dark Train going to get the Moira too.
This swap to Junk right here from last map, I think is super beneficial. Such a game changer for Diving Phoenix. He's just, Dark Train right here is just ultimately, you know, steamrolling all of their DPS, their support for Tater-Pots. Oh my gosh.
And now they've already got Bambi's shield weak. They're going to have to fall back here. Nice Fire Strike getting feels bad, but Chuckster falls in the process. Nado's going to go through on the Bambi. That's going to make Bambi a very dangerous target. And now the Deadeye from behind gets invested, finding Dark Train and Steph, and now all of your healing is now gone if you're Diving Phoenix. Bambi just trying to hold out as long as they can. Honey Biscuits is on the point now. They're on May. You can sustain a little bit there, but ultimately not going to win you the 1v5 that they had to fight. And now Tater-Pots are going to finally get point A under control, and they're going to have a 4.5-minute time bank to work with B.
You know, we haven't really seen much from Chase on Tater-Pots, but for that point right there, he really secured it for Tater-Pots.
Chase is a... Oh, Shattered... They hit stunned? Was that stunned? I couldn't tell what just happened there to Bambi. I know they got stunned, but I didn't see how.
Yeah. There's the tire, though.
Yep, this is going to hopefully solidify this push here. Yep, 3-man tire on the cart.
I'm telling you, if Tater-Pots doesn't do something about Dark Train, I think this is just going to be a constant thing for Diving Phoenix. Diving Phoenix is just going to constantly keep racking in kills. If Tater-Pots doesn't start focusing on Dark Train.
Chuckster in the front line. Bomb's gonna get invested here. Oh, the Shatter comes through to block Bambi from blocking the bomb. You lose 3 members of Diving Phoenix. You're in retreat mode right now. I see Biscuits in the back, maybe trying to get a sneaky Blizzard off from behind. The tank line might successfully get out here. Bambi falling dangerously low. Not going to opt to pick up this Mega here, though. Just going to try and get their heal line, Steph specifically, some ult charge.
Here comes Biscuit with the sneaky Blizzard. I think they're just going to try to contest point. But...
Biscuit's been spotted, though. Gonna get the Blizzard off, though. It might get 4 people in it. And it doesn't matter because Tater-Pots are already getting the picks before the freezing goes off. They get a team kill to secure B in a fight that looked like it might have been able to go Diving Phoenix's way.
And you finally see swaps going in for Diving Phoenix. We have an Ashe instead of the May. And was Grill on Moira before? I don't remember. I don't think
No, they were on Ana. Really, really good beat here, trying to prevent this tire from getting anything. It's still going to get the Lucio, though, after waiting for the beat to wear off a little bit. Bambi getting aggressive. Nice Fire Strike through 3 people. Going to deal a lot of damage. Tater-Pots are trying to recoup, though. They're holding their ground. Bambi gets stuck in a trap, but the swap to Ashe is going to start working for them. And now Tater-Pots are in full retreat. Diving Phoenix have reclaimed space of the cart here on this corner. They're actually going to push up... Looking to spawn hold, it looks like here. I would assume they're gonna back off.
Pull back. And we see Tater-Pots building up their Diva Bomb. We have High Noon, Coalescence, and maybe Tire and Shatter if they can build it up enough. Diving Phoenix, on the other hand, just has Coalescence.
You have Dark Train up here alone.
else.
Rigor Mortis is going to go up there to chase him down. They're going to get the kill, but get demech. It's going to make pushing it a little bit difficult, but also Diving Phoenix, that's a lot of damage gone. They're not going to be able to really tell them they're not allowed to push anymore. Chuckster already falling weak here. Chase Swanson with another big Deadeye, finding the off tank and the off healer.
And I spoke a little bit too soon. It looks like Dark Train and Doctor. And we have Grab coming up and Shatter.
Dark Train has bomb or Tire. If they can bait out this. Oh, Shatter comes through though, gonna stop Bambi from getting aggressive, and the Tire's not gonna come up with anything. Beat has to be invested just to get the team on the cart. This Tire's gonna be able to outlast it. Gets Dark Train. Tater-Pots are getting the picks they need. They're getting aggressive. Bullet Dodger's nearly in the spawn door there for a second. Bob getting invested, not on cart though, not gonna be able to contest if the team falls here. Tater-Pots are getting the cleanup they need. They're just getting really, really aggressive, but Chuckster and Honey Biscuits are coming up now. Bob is doing something. And the Branton's just gonna throw themselves off the map.
It's gonna have to be a.
That really looked like Tater-Pots were gonna be able to turn in there.
No, I thought it was gonna, you know, turn in favor of Tater-Pots, but Diving Phoenix, especially Chuckster and Honey Biscuit here, carried that whole fight right there, honestly.
Chase Swanson already dangerously low on health. Same goes for Coach, and this Tracer's gonna come back here in the back line, try to execute on it. Honey Biscuits is gonna get the pick though on this high ground on the Chase Swanson. Feels bad gets the pick on the Dark Train, but a huge shatter from Bambi on the support line and the Reinhardt. Bullet Dodgers are gonna take Bambi for a ride back to their corner, but Steph is gonna follow up and get the kill on the Bullet Dodgers. That's gonna stop Tater-Pots from trying this, or getting it this time around. Bomb being invested by Chuckster. It's going to find Swanson. Oh, that is not a stagger you want to see. It's another 7 seconds on your already sub 1 minute attempt here. You've only got one good fight left in you. If anybody dies at this 20-second marker, everything after that's going to be a stagger fight.
But it looks like Tater-Pots
have the ults to work with, yeah. You're gonna get 5 ultimates in this fight here, maybe 6. If you lose Coach early, Dr. Grill's gonna invest Coalescence. They want to end it here. Dark Train with a double pulse bomb on your main tank and the main healer. That's gonna be a really hard fight now. Feels bad gets a pick on the Steph, but that's all they're gonna get. Rigor Mortis falls off the map after the DMech. I can't tell if that was intentional or not. I would assume it was.
I don't think they're gonna have time to touch unless
they'll have time. The Lucio can get there, but like I said, this is gonna be a lot of stagger touching. They're gonna lose Beat in the air.
No way.
Bob being invested here in the corner. They're gonna sandwich Tater-Pots in here. Feels bad on the Widow, getting a pick on the Biscuits. Another shatter coming through from Bambi, gonna drop the healers in the backline. They get the cleanup on the cart. Diving Phoenix are also going to take King's Row.
That was ridiculous. These matches just keep getting crazier and crazier. This is how you know that you have two very, very, very talented teams going head to head.
Very much so. A lot of these fights look like they should go one way, end up going another.
Yeah.
Neither of these teams are just laying down when they go down an advantage.
Wow. Yeah.
Very fun set
I have
so
no
far.
words.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
This has been a crazy match.
Honestly, especially for Diving Phoenix, to have all of those ults and just oh my god, the combos that are being used are just making me go crazy. Like, you know, the number one thing I love are comboing of ults, and Diving Phoenix is going ham at it.
I was really liking that the bomb. It got Bambi to turn around for a split second. Bullet Dodgers laid down the hammer and just dropped the shield. Unfortunately, the bomb
It
ended up
would
only
have been
getting one, but it was a
huge.
very good
Yeah.
combo. I believe there was a
And
beat drop in play there that that
was
prevented
there?
the tanks from falling. Yeah, either that or there were
Oh.
bubbles. I know
Yeah,
that
I just saw the
like looking at
shattered bomb.
positioning, it should have been like a 3-man bomb, but it only got one person. So I would assume either a beat or a bubble was in play there.
Yeah, as a diva main, I can speak for that bomb. It was just, in the moment you throw it out, you might have just thrown it a little bit too far, right around that corner where Shatter, wasn't ultimately. It would have been huge though. Would have been huge. It was just a split second off, especially with the Ryan nerf that came in, where they're only shattered for like what,
2.5
second and a
seconds
half.
now.
2.5
Down,
seconds.
it's down from 3.
That can be a huge game changer, as we just saw.
Mm-hmm. So you have Zoms, Zan, and nope, those are the swaps. Zoms and Zan coming in on Tater-Pots. I read that right? These teams have the exact same color to me. Yes, for Tater-Pots.
I want to see what
And then on the
chat
side
is
of Diving
thinking about
Phoenix,
these
they're only
teams.
going to bring in Jokingly for Steph, it looks like.
Oh, let's see. So it looks like Lee plays Mercy Diva. They're playing tank, right? Or
Which one?
healer. Lee on Tater-Pots' side.
They'll be playing tank.
Okay, yeah. Looks like we're gonna see maybe Diva from them. Zanny boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the swap all. Sorry to everybody who is talking to each other. You'll have to continue in 2 seconds.
Gonna see Zanny boy swap on over Jokingly. I feel like I've seen Jokingly before in a cast or commentate or something. Jokingly looks like a Jokingly plays more. What do you mean, Seth? Tell us what you're thinking. It could happen. It could happen. Potts could definitely still take this. I believe, their gameplay here was killer. Honestly, these two teams are making me want to cry. It's such a good game that we're watching here. God, I don't even know what to say. Especially from Chase. That last map, we saw Chase a lot more than we saw in the first map.
Yes.
He was really... There were some highlights that I was like, wow. Especially those dead eyes. Gosh, what a good McCree player.
I was expecting some good play from Chase. I've seen some of their work in the past before. They're very scary on the DPS line.
You couldn't warn me?
Nope.
SMH.
You had to see it for yourself, you know?
I had to see it. Alright. Are we waiting on something? Or are we just waiting on readies?
We're waiting on readies.
What's the next map? Volskaya?
Volskaya.
Oh,
Might
you
see
know,
some of that Farah you
Volskaya.
like.
Yeah, I was about to say. Volskaya is a pretty good map for Pharmacy. Wink, wink. And I would love, you know, from what I saw, Dark Train's Farah game was pretty good.
Volskaya is a good map for Farah times slides diving Phoenix. $5.
$5. We're not broke over here. 15.
Time really wants to see some Farah.
I love Farah so much, and Doctor plays Mercy Lucio from what I saw. Wink, wink.
I'm seeing a lot of everything from the side of Doctor.
I know.
I've seen them on Moira, I've seen them on Ana, I've seen them on Brigitte, I've seen them, I think I saw them on Lucio for a minute on King's Row.
That's such an advantage towards diving Phoenix, because if you can have a flex support, like, you want a flex support, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor, from, you know, what we've seen so far, has been killing it on the support line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, you know, me, whereas you changed me from tank to support, and I'm like, I can play one thing, alright? He's, you know, flexing all over the place, just doing whatever his team needs. Yeah, change. I hope so. I want to see Dark's Pharmacy with Doctor. Wink, wink, cough, cough.
Why are we coughing? Is that part of the thing?
That's just part of the thing.
Okay.
Gosh, you don't get me. You don't understand me.
I'm sorry.
Gosh. I should have
We
never
got readies
married
from
you.
both ends.
Alright, let's do. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Alright. I want to see it. I want to see it. I'm excited. I feel like a child, like waiting for like Christmas.
You're gonna be so disappointed if Dark Trade starts on not Farah. Break the banners. Break the banners, Tater-Pots. Do it. Break the banners.
Don't do it.
Howdy Nation, welcome.
Just be me.
Ready for battle.
They're breaking them!
I'm gonna cry. It's fine.
Yes!
It's fine. It's fine. They're
Thank you,
tracers.
Chase. I love you.
Attackers incoming.
So on the side of Diving Phoenix, which is now blue team, we have Bambi on Reinhardt, which has been stunning so far. Chuckster on Diva, Honey Biscuits on Ashe, Dark Train on Tracer, Dr. Grill on Lucio, and Jokingly on Moira. On the other side, Tater-Pots, which is now red team, we have Lee on Orisa, Rigamortis on Roadhog, Chase on Hanzo, Zanny on
there's a swap.
Junkrat, McBrantis on Moira, Coach on Lucio, and Lee has swapped to... Oh, Tankline both swapped. Lee now on Reinhardt, Riga on Zarya.
I'm more excited to see Chase's Hanzo play, which I haven't really seen any Hanzo play this entire match. Oh, there's Bambi getting the pick on Zanny Boy. See them
Now
trying
Bambi's
to break
just gonna
the
get
shield.
really aggressive here.
Ooh.
Interesting how these teams kind of swapped sides here. The defenders started pushing on to the point.
Yeah.
Now Honey Biscuit's coming up big with the Ashe play here. Gonna drive Tater-Pots out.
Honestly, Diving Phoenix's DPS line, I've been loving. It's fine. I know they didn't, you know, choose Bar.
Not gonna let that go, are
I'm
ya?
still living for it. No.
We have both the DPS over here on the side of
Ooh,
Tater-Pots
that's
standing up here.
huge.
Yeah, Dark Train of the early pick on the Moira. That's a lot of healing gone now for Tater-Pots. Chase
I
getting
don't
kind of
think
beamed
they're
down
gonna
by a
push
Moira.
in on it.
Zanny is trying to get a pick here to see if they can make something happen. Chase is in trouble. 1 HP. Chuckster acknowledges it, gonna push in, but now the help is coming through. Chuckster's in trouble, getting demeched. Maybe an overextension here. And Lee gets the pin.
Chuckster gone.
This, if you're Tater-Pots, I think you get aggressive now. Bambi's retreating. Dr. Grill trying to get them out. And now Tater-Pots are coming in from this right side. They're gonna get a pincer attack in. Bambi goes for a ride into the storage, I guess this would be called. On point. Coalescence getting invested here for Diving Phoenix. Now both Coalescences invested. The picks are going through for Diving Phoenix. Honey Biscuit's coming up big for this team here. Just going completely uncontested in this top left back here. Riga falls off, or jumps off the map, I should say.
Yeah.
Now Bambi's gonna start contesting up here at this truck again.
It looks like Tater-Pots is getting a little bit disorganized on this map. They keep splitting, and I don't know if that's
Chase with an early pick on the Honey Biscuits. That's huge. Honey's been getting the picks they need to really turn these fights back around. Tire being used from up top. Is he gonna get these tanks? No, he goes after Grill. The Shatter getting the tanks, but Lee gonna go for a ride into the water with Chuckster. Now the only thing left to fight on point here is Bambi and Jokingly. Dark Train is in the back line just poking these DPS, but Danny's gonna finally drop them. All that's left now is Bambi finally drops.
Are they gonna
that should
come
be
back?
point A. No, but it looks like they're setting up for a B hold. Tater-Pots will take A here.
60 seconds remaining.
And it's a pretty even score for their ults on both sides. We have 3 ults on each. Looks like they're gonna grab Dragon on Tater-Pots' side, but you still have Shatter Bomb and Bob. Coalescence coming up on Diving Phoenix.
Chuckster gonna invest Bomb early here. Shatter goes through, only gonna drop the Lucio, I believe, but it gets the Lucio, so Shatter invested well.
Yep,
Lee looks like they just want to get out here. Chase is in a lot of trouble. Looks like they're gonna aggress here. Lee is in trouble now too. It's gonna be the full cleanup here.
Time to raise my APM.
Very aggressive hold here on B.
Wow. Yeah, they did use Shatter and Bomb on Diving
both tank ults
Phoenix's
are
side.
gone. Reinhardt has a fairly quick ult charge, and keep in mind Lee doesn't have their Shatter either, but they do have Grav, and Grill doesn't have Beat yet. So you don't have a defensive ult to block this grab. This could be the fight where you see Tater-Pots push in and get this objective. But Dark Train with an early pick on the Lucio, that's gonna buy them time.
And it
Lee
seems
gets
like
the pick on the Dark Train.
Coach is just getting picked off constantly, but this is a huge turnaround.
Finally able to pin Grill. Now they're investing everything, it looks like here. They want it here and now. Jokingly and Honey Biscuits, though, they get a couple of picks of their own onto the Zarya and the Hanzo. That's a lot of damage gone now for Tater-Pots. They're going to try and make up for it with the Bob, which was on point, but gets booped off.
Oh, excuse me.
Wow. This was turned around really fast back. But they did get their first tick.
They used both support ults. Trying to get there.
They still have Grab Dragon. I wonder how long they're going to hold on to that.
Unfortunately, though, I think if you were going to use it, it needed to be in that last team fight. Grill has Beat now. You're going to have to try and bait that out somehow.
Agreed, but it might not be over for them.
No, it's not at all over
There's
for
Dark
them.
Train. They still have High Noon coming in. We have Shatter, Grab Dragon.
Oh, Shatter gets stunned out by Bambi. Bambi goes for a ride now. Lee taking Bambi all the way back here. On the far right, and they're gone. Holy Chuckster gets knocked out of Mecha. There are virtually no tanks now.
There it is.
There's the Grab Dragon.
Second tick. There's the High Noon.
Then he uses High Noon just to kill Honey. Now Bambi's back on the ball, but immediately gets meltdown due to a stun. Tater-Pots do a really clean job getting in here and taking B away. All with the stun onto the Shatter and isolating Bambi, taking away their main tank. Then once you got the D-Mech on the Chuckster, they immediately threw Grav in and just tossed the Dragon in right behind it. Didn't even give Grill the chance to use Beat.
That, I'm telling you, we were waiting for Tater-Pots to turn the tables, and we got it. You know. Wow, that was
seems
amazing.
To be the theme
amazing
of tonight,
gameplay.
just going in and turning something around.
Back and forth. Yeah, and you know, I was getting onto them. How long are they gonna hold on to the Grab Dragon? But they popped it at the perfect time. It won them the point. I think what they were waiting for was just the backup ults, I guess. Shatter and High Noon.
Yeah, which were well used.
Yeah, agreed. On Diving Phoenix, we have Bambi on Ryan, Holy Chuckster on Zarya, Honey Biscuit on Ashe, who seems to be popping off this entire map and match, honestly. Dark Train on Echo, Doctor on Lucio, jokingly on Moira, and then on Tater-Pots, we have Lee on Ryan, Rig on Zarya, Chase back on McCree, Danny on Junk, Mac Brantis on Baptiste, that's new, and we have Coach on Moira. Still no Pharah, but it's okay.
You got an Echo. Pretty close.
It's fine. We got an Echo. It's fine. It's
basically the same thing.
Are they?
So maybe gonna go ahead and start leading the charge here for Diving Phoenix. Very early pick on the Dark Train though. That's a lot of damage gone now. And Lee's gonna get really aggressive, try and get Grill out of this fight now. Honey Biscuits gets trapped on point. Or sorry, not Honey Biscuits, Chuckster on Zarya.
Yeah.
Now Bambi's kind of trapped here, has both of their supports on them. They get the pick on the Rigamortas. That's going to be big for the recontest, but Tater-Pots does a really, really good job of surgically cutting this team apart and forcing them out. Honey Biscuits still coming up with picks though. Dark Train gonna join in on the fun. And now you can recontest if you're Diving Phoenix. Lee's gonna get a nice pick on the Jokingly. That's the main healer gone. Shatter gets invested. Both tanks are on the ground. Unfortunately, not enough members are left to really follow up on it. Zanny's on top of this little hut in the center now, just trying to get grenades down onto the ground. They're really close to their Riptire. If they can build it up, you have the Zarya. You had Moira back for a minute, but Zanny's gonna fall, and now Rigamortis is gonna fall as well on point.
There they go, they're back.
I think Diving Phoenix has no choice but to hold B here now. Or sorry, Tater-Pots. Right?
Tater-Pots, yeah.
Yeah, the color change gets me every time.
Gosh, that was huge. Really fast, too. Almost 5 minutes for them to get this point.
Really
Oh,
ambitious Shatter from Bambi gets blocked, but Chuckster will fall immediately after, so... And this Riptire can come up big. It gets Dr. Grill. Yeah, that's... You've lost your tanks and the support. It's time to leave. Dark Train... Looks like they're going to try and pursue Dark Train, but with them being on Tracer, it's going to be really hard for them to follow up.
You know, for point A, I thought it was weird because I was like, Tater-Pots is getting split up, but on point B, it looks like Diving Phoenix is getting split.
Yeah.
They are pushing in together, but somehow, some way, they keep getting divided.
I mean, even on A, they looked a little split too, but I think that also contributed in their victory on A. Bob getting thrown in from Diving Phoenix here, gonna contest point and deal some extra damage. Dark Train gonna get a pick on the Chase Swanson. Grab gets invested, finding 3 members of Diving Phoenix. Coalescence being used to keep Diving Phoenix healthy. Lee gonna charge in, trying to get just a quick kill, not gonna find it. Now Jokingly getting really aggressive here with that Coalescence, throwing a damage orb right after. Honey Biscuit's gonna start picking up the kills. Chase Swanson coming back, using roll, not able to get past Bambi. Dynamite gonna get a quick pick off here. Bambi just gonna charge Lee here, not let them touch point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that whole team fight should have pushed Tater-Pots to invest their ults, but they just, I guess they didn't have time. But Diving Phoenix is, you know, has the advantage here with the time bank. Almost 4 minutes, while Tater-Pots only has about a minute.
You're gonna get one good push out here if you're Tater-Pots.
Tater-Pots. But I believe in them. They can do it. especially with the gameplay we've been seeing from Chase and oh my god, oh my god,
There
I
you
love
have
them.
it.
I love them. There it is. There it is. I've been waiting. It looks like we didn't get Dark Train on Pharah, but it's okay because Tater-Pots have finally my dream come true. Come through with
They
the
will have to play into Honey
farmers.
Biscuits though, who has been having a really strong Volskaya.
Yeah, but I feel like Tater-Pots just hasn't been focusing Honey Biscuits.
Right.
With this Farm Mercy, it'll become a lot easier to start focusing Honey Biscuit down, and we'll see how that goes.
There you go. They're immediately gonna go start getting the scout information from Zinni on Pharah. Looks like we're gonna try for an aggressive truck hold, just not even let them get in. Honey Biscuit's trying to prevent the Farm Mercy from coming over the top here, so they're gonna go under and immediately push into Honey Biscuits, but it's not gonna work out. Dark Train gets a pick with the Junkrat. That's gonna tell the Tater-Pots they need to regroup. They've got one more fight in them if they don't get picked here.
There's Chase.
Man.
Oh, they swapped off for Farm Mercy.
Dark Train getting really,
I
really
think that was
aggressive
a good
here.
swap.
That might come back to bite them.
We have a soldier and a
There it is,
Reaper
Chase
instead.
Swanson getting Dark Train. Dark Train was pushed up really far there, trying to get a late stagger pick to secure this, and now Zanny's going to take
There
this
it
high
is.
ground away from Honey Biscuits. Here comes Tater-Pots, are getting really, really aggressive. You have the soldier providing extra healing on the point. Honey Biscuits does get back up under their perch, though, and this already gets a pick on the Moira. There's so much healing gone for Tater-Pots. And also Chase falling, finally. They get over a tick, though. That's your MMO. If you cannot win this, you need to get over a tick. And Lee is going to push Bob off the point, but the Coalescence is now being used aggressively.
My keen analytical mind.
Wow.
They're going to hold, but luckily they get over a tick, which means that they can still win this map. Not to settle for a draw.
I think the only issue there was Zanny Boy finally started, you know, their DPS finally swapped on over, realized Ashe was the problem, started, you know, to focus her, took the high ground away from her, but didn't, you know, follow all the way through. And then with that, you know, kind of advantage, Honey Biscuit took back the high ground, just annihilated their support line. Wow. I think Tater-Pots is finally getting the message that they need to start focusing. Wow, we see some interesting comps here.
We're gonna get a
We
pseudo
have-
bunker from. Oh, we're gonna get. Never mind. We're going full double shield bunker here for Tater-Pots.
From
We've got
Tater-Pots.
nearly 4 minutes to hold. That's a really tall order, but you have a lot of sustain in this comp between the Baptiste, the Moira, the Orisa, the Reinhardt, and the Bastion. Your only character that's going to struggle to self-sustain is the McCree, but the McCree should benefit from all the healing that the rest of the team is going to be able to put out.
I feel like the only issue you're gonna see is if given the chance, Honey Biscuit will and Dark Train, they will pop off. They will hack the Bastion. That Bastion will instantly
You have
go
the
down
double
if
shield.
given the chance.
So it's going to make it really, really hard for Hitscan to really get in here and do something. Dark Train on the Sombra already, though. That's going to be... You build EMP.
Yeah.
Just build EMP.
And they only need the first tick, so I want to see this drop.
Zombs drops down here.
Go.
That's another problem we're going to have, is that the Reinhardt has to go down and contest point. They don't have... Lee, though, getting a double fire strike kill. That's going to let the rest of Tater-Pots come down here with them and get aggressive.
Wow, look at us. We're like talking about how, you know, we're gonna see this drop down. It might, you know, get messy, but Lee is just instantly
Oh,
like.
Dark Train's going to get a pick on the Moira, though. And manages to get away.
That's
That
huge.
is not what you
That's
want
a
to see.
Huge pick. There's Lee getting focused down by Dark Train.
Looks like they kind of want to rotate here. Lee doesn't have the support. Oh, they're gonna use Shatter just to kill Dark Train.
They're gonna get the
Bastion
first
dropping
kill.
down. I don't know if that was intentional or not. They're on the corner of the point. Immortality field invested here. This is everything. Tater-Pots has to win this fight. And Danny from behind with a die!
It was only to be expected.
Wow.
They lured them in, and Zanny Boy just walks up behind them and uses Deadeye while they're trying to focus this Bastion that all the resources have been poured into. A late pick on the Dark Trains, the revenge kill from Coach with some help from Zanny.
I'm not mad at Lee for solo shattering Dark Train.
No,
if he had
not at
gotten
all.
picked off, that would have been huge. But they did use most of their ults. They're just gonna have to depend on support ults and Bastions all coming through with EMP on Dark Train and Bomb coming up on Holy Chuckster with Bob coalescent.
Maybe trying to push
Dark
the
Train
team
getting
in
in
under.
position.
Zombs touches.
There's the
bomb
bomb.
coming through here from Chuckster.
EMP.
The EMP doesn't come up it's just a little too slow. But now you have to be worried. Zombs falls with your primary touch potential, and your Bastion's really, really weak. Really big shadow from Bambi, dropping both the Orisa and the Bastion. Chase will fall. The rest of Tater-Pots seems to be following suit.
There it is.
Diving Phoenix are going to take map 3.
Wow, so let's talk about what went wrong, honestly, for Tater-Pots. I thought they were gonna get that point. I thought this was it. This was their map. I think the only issue here was just the ending.
I think Diving
Lee
Phoenix
got
were just...
picked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diving had the advantage with their ults. Even though Dark Train and Chuckster just couldn't, didn't have the perfect timing on that EMP bomb, they still got that.
EMP
which
is
is
just
crazy.
so strong in a comp like that, because like Orisa's main sustainability being Fortify, even if she hasn't used it yet, she's not allowed to, then she has to drop, she doesn't have her shield cooldown. So it just by using the EMP, if you lose Zombs and then your main tank is Orisa, it's just really hard. It's a super tall order to ask of the Orisa to go down and kind of solo contest.
Yeah. Wow. That was really wow.
And they lost the immortality
Such a good
field
map.
too, so you didn't even you didn't have that help either.
Wow. So maybe the I don't even know. That
So-
was crazy.
For those of you just tuning in, the score is currently 3-0 in favor of Diving Phoenix. We'll be going to Route 66 for the fourth and final map of the series. Go ahead and get
And I
another
hate to say it.
full swap
I
here.
hate to say it.
Huh?
This is also a really good map for farmers.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, think about it. Tater-Pots, did swap to Reaper McCree, Reaper Soldier, and that was going well for them because Honey Biscuit was just annihilating, I think, Zanny Boy's Pharah. But if Tater-Pots just really focuses down Honey Biscuit, then their support line for diving against Diving Phoenix, I think they can push this all the way through. Win map. What is this map? 3, 4? 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
It is
3?
map 4. Map 4.
Map 4. But yeah, I think they can turn the tables here. It'll be huge. It'll be a huge turnaround.
I mean, they've been on the verge of that was an overtime round on Volskaya. They took them to overtime rounds on King's Row, if I remember correctly. So it's just these teams have been playing really, really, really strong.
I think it's a good lineup. It's a really good lineup. Because you can tell both of these teams have equal danger levels, I guess. They're both toe to toe. You can tell that the comps they're putting out, everything that they're swapping to, it's like the perfect matchup. Diving Phoenix has Feral come in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Feral was playing the first map, yeah?
Yes.
So he comes back in. Feral, we see, usually plays Zen Mercy. But, you know, we might see a change.
You'll also see McBrantis go out and Kale come in, as well as Bullet Dodgers going in place of Rigor Mortis.
Oh, so this is interesting. So we had on Tater-Pots, we had Lee on Ryan, but the first map we had Bullet on Ryan. So I want to see who's gonna be what. I think the way Tater-Pots is gonna go is Lee's gonna go on Diva, Bullet's gonna go on Ryan, but we'll see. And Kale coming in with Coach can be a crazy lineup. I like it. I like how these two teams are thinking. What about you, chat? What do you think? You think Tater-Pots is gonna do a reverse sweep, or do you think Diving Phoenix is just gonna take the W, take the win?
Well, a reverse sweep can't happen anymore.
Listen, man. Let me just say, okay, I might not be the best at vocabulary at English, but I don't know. I think Tater-Pots could, you know, do a little something here.
Mm-hmm. I think they could definitely take a win on Route 66. They've been putting up a really strong show against Diving Phoenix this entire series. The only time I think things looked even remotely one-sided was the very first objective of Busan, where Diving Phoenix had a really strong showing with their dive composition. And that wasn't even that like Tater-Pots looked bad, it was just Diving Phoenix had a really, really good system worked out there.
Yeah, I honestly felt like Tater-Pot's whole strategy there was you had Ryan drop down and try to get a couple picks while the rest of the team followed, but it seemed like they were just, you know, just a little bit split, a little bit late, a little bit lagging behind that Ryan, where Diving Phoenix was pushing in together and everything, even though you had that lag time in EMP bomb, it still worked out for them, especially with the comp that Tater-Pots was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Traveling to Route 66.
Yes, Nation, I just saw your comment. Yeah, I love Far Mercy. It's just so powerful.
That's a really good connecting system for that train. It's been dangling there for, what, 4 years now? Coming up on the four-year anniversary of that train car just dangling there above the diner.
Just chilling.
They really need to get a cleanup crew out here for this.
Ready for battle.
Oh, we see diving back on this dive comp. I love it.
Jay, your
Winston...
casters for tonight are Gravity and Timepiece.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Gravity's casting. I'm just chilling, commentating. But we see Bambi on Winston, Holy on Diva. We have Honey back on Widow, Dark Train on Echo. Both of this this Diving Phoenix's DPS line has been doing work before. Let's see it again. We have Doctor on Brig, Zen for Feral, which can be, you know, a little bit low on healing, but Zanny Boy with the Farah. Organic on Moira. We have Brig for Coach and Chase on Soldier with Lee on Diva and Bullet on Ryan. Let's see it go through.
Got 2 counters for the Spara that is Zanny Boy.
Yep. It might be time for him. I think Zanny knows.
Bambi already in the back line, finding a pick onto the Baptiste. Lee is going to get the pick on the Bambi, but the damage is already done. Chuckster actually maybe a bit too far forward here. If they get the D-Mech on the Chuckster, they can turn this around. But a D-Mech on the Lee follows through. And now Diving Phoenix are being forced out. Dark Train falls on Echo just behind this billboard here, and Phoenix was setting back up, waiting on their respawns. They do have the spawn advantage to try this again, but it looks like Coach is going to make it back in time. They'll have a full 6 ready to defend this corner again. Lee back in Mecha. This is going to be a fair 6v6. Lee goes up there to challenge Honey Biscuits. They have to drop off the high ground. Dark Train is trapped here. Nobody is following up on this. And Bambi with an early pick up of Zanny, but looks like hiding in this Vega Room just isn't working out for the team anymore. Chase coming up big now.
I'm loving this Chase Lee Diva Soldier synergy going on. Every time Chase, you know, starts to pick off Lee's low health enemies. I'm loving it. Keeping a close eye on them. And it looks like Honey, I haven't really seen Honey get any headshot, like, you know, any picks. But it might just be because Chase is blocking her from getting any of that.
Really low here. Dark Train gets a pick on the Zanny though. A lot of damage gone now from Tater-Pots. Shatter comes through, finding 3. You have Grill in the backline there with just 1 HP. They're not going to be able to follow up to get to it. Transcendence invested from Diving Phoenix here to block out a little bit of this damage from Chase. Bomb invested, not going to come up with any picks. Dark Train actually going to get the kill in the lead before they can demech after the usage of it. Now Chucks are getting really aggressive here. Infrasight being used, they can see where Tater-Pots are hiding, in Dark Train just using all that burst damage to finally finish off these targets that are low health, half health.
I mean, we expected this. You know, this whole match, the whole night, we've seen Dark Train's Echo just constantly popping off.
Lee going for a recontest here. Just going to try and buy some time for Tater-Pots to get back, but it looks like they're going to try and just get out with their mecha, but they're not quite going to make it. Dark Train's beam going to be enough to get them demeched. And now you're virtually down a tank for this next engagement.
Wow. Honestly, I'm excited to see when and where Zanny Boy uses his tire. Are they gonna be able to, you know, get this point back? And there's Honey Biscuit with the pick on Zanny Boy. I spoke a little bit too soon.
Honey Biscuits and Dark Train both low on HP though. Gonna get topped off though with the help of some artifacts from Grill. Bambi dangerously weak right now. Bomb being thrown in. Dark Train gets a pick on the Swanson. That's Dark Train's counter gone. They're allowed to reign free now. Lee gets in a little too far. Chucks are gonna fall back and get the pick. Coalescence for the Duke invested, but doesn't get to go off fully. Organic Kale using their Coalescence. Can they? Zanny comes up big with that, getting both a tank and a DPS. It's gonna slow Diving Phoenix down a little bit here. Yeah, there's not enough members left here. Zanny gets to pick up the Grill. That's your main healer now gone, and both your supports are gone. They managed to get Attack Visor out here though, while they're just trying to kind of reset. Honey Biscuits is gonna fall.
There it is. And I spoke a little bit too soon earlier. I didn't realize Honey Biscuit was putting in the work on Widow, but they are gonna swap back to Ashe, which I think is a very good swap because the whole night we've seen Honey Biscuit's Ashe, and the duo that we have here on Diving Phoenix is DPS. It's been working out really nicely for them. There we go, have another team fight going out. Tater-Pots rally, we have bomb
being
going
invested
off.
Here, it's really high up. Not gonna find anything. Diving Phoenix just slowly overwhelming Tater-Pots' defenses here. It seems like Tater-Pots are again falling victim to just being a little too split here.
Yeah.
Having a hard
You said
time
Diving Phoenix or Tater-Pots?
No, Tater-Pots. Having a hard time getting all of these fights in frame because Tater-Pots are in like 2 or 3 different places every time a fight breaks out. The core body of Diving Phoenix never drops below the number 5 for the most part, unless there's a really important flank.
You see Doctor on
Bambi drops shield. I don't think that's where they wanted that shield to go, but they should be fine. Popping Primal actually to stay alive. Almost got bursted down. Getting really deep here. Shatter going
Huge
through,
shatter.
knocking down a few members of Diving Phoenix, immediately going to get up and use Transcendence, but I think the damage is done. You've lost your Winston, you've lost your Echo. Bomb being invested from Tater-Pots, going to find two, finding both of the support line, and Diving Phoenix have to leave now. Really, really good contest from Tater-Pots.
They did swap Feral to Moira. Let's see how this works out for them. Chase gone
Early
by
pick.
Dark Train.
Jay Swanson was sitting up on the high ground without any cover, and Dark Train was able to execute. Diving Phoenix are just trying to overwhelm a little bit here. They dupe a Reinhardt, though. That's going to help them a lot. The dupe falls out, though, but they get the pick on the Dark Train. That's a lot of damage gone now. Chuckster with a pick on the Baptiste. That's a lot of healing gone now. Tater-Pots are in trouble without that. Now just a last-ditch effort. Charge from Bullet Dodgers to get a DMAC, get a kill, something before they inevitably die. Not going to find anything.
Bambi with the shatter. There it is.
Kale doing a really good job keeping their team alive here, down a healer, and they're still getting aggressive. Kale using Coalescence, and now Attack Visor being used on top of the truck. Honey Biscuit's able to shut it down, but just barely. Chuckster getting knocked out of Mecha, but is that going to be enough for Tater-Pots to stop this push? Lee comes in with or Bullet Dodgers gets a nice pin onto Bambi, and then a nice shatter. Bomb
There's
being
the
tossed
bomb.
on top of the cart, gets pushed down off the top a little bit, creating cover on the left side of the cart. Diving Phoenix still getting the picks, things are still going their way. Tater-Pots still trying to come out and fight this. Zanny duping actually stopped their movement, they weren't able to touch cart.
Wow, I didn't even know that Echo's duping like gets you off of card? Is that what happened?
No, it doesn't take you off of cart, but Zanny wasn't quite on it when they duped, and because it stops your movement for just a second, it was just enough time for the cart to turn in that last,
Unlucky.
I think, 1.1 meters.
Oh no, unlucky. I think the issue that we keep seeing on this map is diving. Okay, so first of all, Diving Phoenix's aggression is #1 problem for Tater-Pots. My bad. You know, we have the way Holy Chuckster's playing Diva right now is constantly covering for Bambi's Ryan, and Tater-Pots has no answer for that. And then on top of that, you know, we constantly keep seeing Tater-Pots get divided a little bit, whereas Diving Phoenix, as you said, constantly regrouping, constantly like getting aggression and pushing in as a team. But Tater-Pots just keeps getting divided. But we do have some interesting comps here. Bambi on Orisa, Holy Chuckster on Sigma, which is new. And then we have Ryan, Zarya, nothing really new except Chase is on Echo. I'm sorry, Chase is on Widow with Zanny on Echo, and then we have Diva for Lee.
Chuckster on Sigma may be up first for this particular match, but Chuckster's Sigma is actually really, really strong. So I'm excited to see them play that again. This is the first time I think we've seen an actual traditional double shield be played here, but unfortunately for Phoenix, they're going to lose Dark Train. And now they're going to lose Bambi, now they're slowly going to be pushed back. Tater-Pots doing a really good job controlling their aggression, winning the sustain war, and now they're starting to push forward. They have forgotten their cart though. They may want to start pushing that again. Don't leave your cart behind.
I think it's better for the Tater-Pots on attack, because even though they, you know, split off, it's easier for them on attack to get these picks than it is on defense.
You're seeing the swap off of the double shield, Bambi onto the Reinhardt, Chuckster onto the Diva. Bullet Dodger's getting an early pick on this Dark Train. That's going to help a lot here. Zanny and... Okay, the kills just happened all at once here. Coalescence invested here. It never really had a chance. That was a really cluttered fight there, or recontest from Diving Phoenix. It seemed like they came in at multiple different angles.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice Honey swapped to Widow and is contesting Chase on Widow, and actually did win the Widow duel in that
Zanny
team
in trouble,
fight.
got stuck by Dark Train. That is not an early pick you want to see if you're Tater-Pots.
Time to raise my APM.
And they have a
But
mirror
luckily, it looks like Diving
DPS
Phoenix
line.
doesn't want to get aggressive on the push, or on the pick. It's going to buy Tater-Pots time to keep pushing cart. Honey Biscuit's just kind of set up here uncontested right now. You don't see the Diva flying up here. Zanny, though, coming through on the minefield on the high side. Jeez, gonna get the pick anyway. Bomb's not gonna find anything. Coalescence being invested aggressively on the side of Diving Phoenix. Gonna try and push Tater-Pots out. Bullet Dodger's taking the fight with Bambi. Bambi gets a nice pin on the Bullet. Swanson gets a pick on the Dark Train. That's gonna limit the push potential on Diving Phoenix. And now you can see Tater-Pots have grouped up a little bit. Now Coalescence going to be used to let Bullet Dodgers get aggressive. They've duped a Reinhardt of their own. You have Zanny and I think that's Bullet on Reinhardt. Both pushing here.
That bomb.
And now you have Bomb going through. Chuckster's going to knock the Echo dupe out and the Mecha. That's not a bad trade. Unfortunately, it happened so late in the fight. I don't know if you're going to get much out of it. Tater-Pots are an unstoppable force at this point. But I say that now the DPS are starting to come alive on the side of Diving Phoenix. Getting a couple picks. Shatter not finding anything. Counter Shatter from Bullet Dodger's going to knock Bambi over though. Now Tater-Pots are just getting the cleanup, but now Diving Phoenix getting some recontest in here. You've got both of your supports, you've got your Diva, you might be able to hold this.
There it is. They just have to focus the Lucio for Doctor. There it is. Yep, this is gonna be point for Tater-Pots. And you know, I didn't even notice, actually, we are playing mirror comps on both teams. It's just a matter of who's getting the picks. But it looks like Tater-Pots is just not steamrolling, but definitely winning this match right here. Or map, sorry.
Diving Phoenix able to get a couple of picks off before the fight really even starts, forcing Tater-Pots back. They're not even going to be allowed to take a full team fight here because of those picks. Zom's just having a good time waving at the team. Chase gets a pick on the Honey Biscuits. That's going to help for the recontest. Zanny's going for a flank on Echo. Gonna take the Reinhardt. They're just back there. Gets immediately knocked out of the dupe, but you force Diving Phoenix to turn around to pay attention to you. Bomb getting tossed in from behind. If there were a Shatter in play, it doesn't need the Shatter. Gets the support line. And now Diving Phoenix are just collapsing here onto this team. Zanny gets a late pick onto Bambi, but nothing else gonna come of it.
Is he gonna try to get out? I'm sorry, Bullet is gonna try to get out. Gets out successfully. And Diving Phoenix has reclaimed the point.
Welcome to the stream, Crypto.
Hi, Coach.
Diva Bomb now being thrown into the lead. Beat goes in though. Bambi point blank with the bomb, not going to be able to survive it no matter what. And now you see Dark Train taking hold of a Reinhardt, trying to replace the one they just lost. Not going to work out for them. And now Tater-Pots kind of just allowed to move in. You've lost your Reinhardt, you've lost your Echo. Honey Biscuits with a DMAC on the lead. That's good. Now Chuckster gets Moira out. That's a lot of healing gone. Tater-Pots are getting split up again. Bullet Dodgers just left alone in this room to fend for themselves and gets run over. Honey Biscuits with a pick on the Chase Swanson. This Widow duel has been so back and forth between those two.
Chase has been getting picks on Widow, but I think when it comes down to the Widow duel, Honey v Chase, Honey is getting the pick on Chase every time. But that doesn't mean he's not putting in work. He's getting a lot of other picks on Honey's teammates. And we have Dark Train on Tracer. I didn't even notice when he swapped, but it
Danny gets chased off high ground. Honey just gets the 2 now. The score is currently 3-0 in favor of Diving Phoenix. Tater-Pots having a hard time just establishing a fight here. Gonna use Coalescence just to get aggressive. Bullet dodges with a huge shatter, knocking down 3 members of Diving Phoenix, both supports in the tank. And now they're gonna use a counter Coalescence to keep their team alive. Bomb gets tossed in. Not gonna find anything that's gonna keep Tater-Pots up. Zanny gets the dupe under the Reinhardt. You're playing with 3 tanks right now. Double shatter coming through here with the counter from the duplicate.
There it is.
Now Lee,
I think this is gonna be huge.
That's a good bomb. Not gonna find anything, but mostly because it looks like Tater-Pots has already cleaned up most of what there is to kill with the bomb. Chase, both your DPS are in the back line trying to get Chase down. Chase is in a lot of trouble right now, having to take this Widow duel, and the Tracer's still back there too. Dr. Grill gonna use Sound Barrier just to keep their team up, and in this fight, they might be able to fully take this fight back. You're in a do or die situation, and Lee, really good shatter from Bullet. Not able to get a major kill off of it. Well, now the kills are rolling through. Holy Chucks are gonna get the mech. That's the only thing standing between you and the turn-in.
That's what I'm talking about. Tater-Pots. I think I'm finally starting to see Tater-Pots is just better on attack. The way that their gameplay is set up, the way that they have their synergy rolling out, they're just better on attack. You have Lee on D.Va, who is just constantly going for the flankers, which sometimes leaves your tank, your main tank, I should say, Bullet, without someone to support him. But he was able to just constantly support himself. As you could tell at that last point C, Lee just dove the Widow, who was Honey Biscuit, leaving Bullet, but Bullet's shattered. You had the DPS line chasing Zanny on him, and you even had, I think at one point, one of the support line, I should say, go to help Lee out, and the Tater-Pots was still able to fend for themselves. It was amazing. Even though they're playing split, it's working for them. And I think that Diving Phoenix just doesn't know how to answer to that. Like I've said before, Honey Biscuit on Ashe, which is, we've seen before. I think it's going to be a huge move towards Diving Phoenix for their advantage. I'm running out of words.
Which I like to see.
I haven't seen Chase on Genji before.
I don't think I've seen Chase on Genji before either. Tater-Pots are falling low on the HP war. Lee, though, getting a pick on the Dark Train. That's big. And Honey Biscuits, Bambi, and Chucks are all really weak right now. Chucks are going to lose Mecha. I think now if you're Tater-Pots, you get really aggressive and come back for the cart later. As long as you can get the kill, Bambi not getting a charge kill there is really good for Tater-Pots. They forced them back, but now you need... Kale is back there. I was going to say, now you need to get the cart. You need to make sure you're getting all the progress you can now. Bambi recontesting now. Bullet Dodgers kind of up on this front line alone. Bullet Dodgers falls, and they do that. I think Diving Phoenix are going to recontest this. Hold this cart here. Coalescence being invested. That's going to help keep Diving Phoenix alive through all this and get those stragglers off. Kale and Chase fall. Feral with a lot of work done there in that final part of the fight.
Yeah.
Able to heal up the remnants of the team that had been fighting on that cart the whole time, while also getting the final blows on everything that needed to get off of the cart.
I think we're finally seeing Feral's highlights. Earlier in the match, we saw Chase pop off. We had a moment where he popped off and he just didn't stop. Hopefully we can see that from Feral. He finally popped off. I hope he just doesn't stop, just constantly gets these picks. Ooh. We have Coach on Brig. Chase on Junk, Zanny Boy on McCree, Bullet, Ryan, Lee, D.Va, Organic Moira.
Diving Phoenix, you have Bambi on Reinhardt, Chuckster on Zarya, Honey Biscuits on May, Dark Train Reaper, Dr. Grill on Lucio, and Feral on Moira, running a really traditional May Reaper comp with a mix of brawl in there.
I think Tater-Pots was expecting a Tracer here, and that's why we have the Brig. But nonetheless, Brig is just powerful support.
Routing tower to forward area.
60 seconds.
I think this comes down to whether or not Bullet Dodger can do a well enough job managing their shield on this corner and just not letting Diving Phoenix push through.
But the Mei is gonna be an issue. Here's Dark Train getting aggressive, trying to get these pits.
They're having to give up so much ground so early because of this Reaper. And now Coach is gonna fall early because of the Mei wall.
That's huge. That's one of the
now Bullet
support
Dodgers
down there.
falls. You have no sustain left. This higher, it has to be huge, and it is. It might be good enough to hold them in, hang in there. Oh, but Dark Train is gonna find the Diva kill before they can remech. Now you're still losing members of Tater-Pots. Gonna try and use the Deadeye just in time, but we get shut down unfortunately, and that will be Diving Phoenix taking map 4 as well. Final score 4-0 for Diving Phoenix.
Play of the game.
This doesn't surprise me at all. I guarantee it's the Coalescence, yep, for their overtime round.
Coach in chat, I'm not playing Brig. Not you goober.
Very fantastic series between both of these teams, and the score does not tell the whole story by any means. Tater-Pots took every round that could go into OT rounds and took it there. They didn't back down, and they fought really hard all series long.
Yeah, I think the score is just like what you're not seeing is Tater-Pots giving it their all, pushing throughout each map, and then just at the very end, Diving Phoenix is coming in, taking over, you know, and then we constantly see like this swap that we saw in map 1 and 2, where it was like Tater-Pots gets the point, no, Diving Phoenix gets the point, no, now Tater-Pots gets the point, now Diving Phoenix. It was just a constant battle for them.
So, fun part, MVPs.
Hopefully no one leaves this time,
right?
so we can figure out who's on what.
We want to start with
this is a hard
Tank?
one. Let's start with Tank. Yeah.
Okay. I'm really, I think it's very clearly either Bambi or Lee. Possibly,
What?
actually, I would actually also add Bullet Dodgers into that conversation.
They all played amazing, but I think this one's gonna have to go for Chuckster. I mean,
Valid, actually.
come on. He was constantly defending his other tank. Here come the leaves. They're leaving already, please. But Chuckster just constantly defending his opposite, his main tank, I should say, and doing an amazing job at it. I think it was Bambi, and who was the other tank they had other than Chuckster?
Did
I don't know.
they?
I don't know, but the opposite, his partner, I guess, was constantly getting protected by Holy Chuckster every time he was low, getting healed up and then coming right back into the fight, just instantly, I think. And then the bombs, talk about the bombs from Holy Chuckster, constantly making space, not only making space, getting the kills and picks that they needed to win each and every team fight. I mean, come on.
Well, you sound very passionate about the Chuckster MVP, so I will yield and we'll give the Tank MVP to Chuckster, because I agree, Chuckster had a hell of a performance.
Alright, so we have Tank MVP to Holy Chuckster. What about... I want to leave the DPS to the end, because I think that's going to be like the biggest issue. This is going to be our first fight.
Well, it's between... Okay, so both Honey Biscuits and Dark Train also had like great performances, but the standout to me was Chase Swanson, personally.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that, yeah. I was gonna say Chase, Darker Honey. Because, I mean, honestly, just Diving Phoenix's DPS line was just killer. But since I gave the tank MVP to Diving Phoenix, I think I'll agree with you. Chase did an amazing, amazing job. You constantly heard me gush about his McCree and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And his soldier, so I'll agree with you. Yeah, I think Chase for MVP on DPS.
Okay, so then support. The support will go to Diving Phoenix, so you're between Steph, I believe jokingly, Dr. Grill, and Farrell. I like the variety from Dr. Grill.
Yeah,
we saw
I'm gonna
really
say,
good
honestly,
play on so many different heroes from Dr. Grill.
I think Dr. Grill has a really good, like, there was a reason he stayed in so much, you know? He's constantly flexing on support. But I think Farrell also stood out. I mean, come on. His coalescence, he was constantly keeping everyone up. But I think I have to agree with you, honestly. I think this one goes to Doctor.
I'm gonna hard stick my heels in the ground here. I am 100% on the Grill train right now.
Yeah.
Just such good play on multiple heroes, just right off the top of my head. They started off on Brigitte, really good Lucio play, saw them swap to Moira. I also saw them on Ana. I believe I saw them play Ana, Moira, and Lucio all on King's Row alone.
Yeah, I mean, gonna cry. Just too good, honestly, that whole match. And yeah, just it was just so good. And yeah, Seth, I know, I agree. Honey stood out as well. Like we said, it was between Honey, Dark, and Chase.
All right.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be tank was Holy Chuckster, DPS is
Chase,
and support is Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And those are your MVPs for this match. Congratulations.
Alright, so that'll be it for the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I know we had a good time casting this, so I look forward to getting another match in with you all as soon as possible. I hope you tune into the rest of the matches for the week, and have a good night.
Bye.